What's going on, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. Hump day's over with. Tomorrow's Thursday. Trying to get excited because it's almost the end of the week, thank God. Today we got a couple of little questions that we're going to answer. Plus, we're going to show you a few things that I ran into at the shop today and what I did to fix it. Let's dive on in. So today's main topic is going to be the Craigslist pitch, right? How to spot a POS that someone's trying to sell on Craigslist. But before we get into that, we're going to show you what it is that I ran into today, because sometimes you have to adapt, overcome, and fix things on the fly. So with that being said, roll camera. All right, so here's an interesting little project. This negative clamp took a crap. So what we're going to do, we're going to try out this BTW C3 battery terminal crimp down tool from Matco Tools. Pretty straightforward. All right, to answer a viewer's question, how well has the Daytona jack been performing thus far? You've had it for about a year, or maybe a little bit more than that. How do you like it so far? So far, so good. Can't complain about it. And I've heard others say the same exact thing. And I will tell you, look, let me show you an image down here in the corner. We did have the Daytona jack raising up this side-by-side mule in the air so we could take a look at the rack and pinion and the steering components, because there was a little bit of wobble there. And you know what? This thing remained in the air for 6 hours today. No joke, 6 hours. Yes, you should always use jack stands for safety. Never crawl underneath this thing without having jack stands and tire blocks, so that way it doesn't roll on you either. But I will tell you that just hoisting it up and taking a quick flashlight and shining it up to check it out, it sat there on the jack. No one lowered it down until almost the end of the day. So I will say that the hydraulics in the Daytona jack are top notch. Okay, moving forward. When do you know when you're too old to drive? I wanted to toss this in here because this guy came in and I was working on his car and I went through him doing my light checking things and I noticed his disabled plate. It is not because he has a disabled plate. Okay, I'm a disabled veteran. I know exactly what this is. Okay, he's a veteran. He's got his disabled plate. But he's old. Old. How old? Take a look at this picture. So old that he put the year sticker where the month goes instead of on top of the previous year. Maybe his vision's going, I don't know, but kind of scary that he's still driving and on the road. Not somebody that I want to be behind, that's for sure. So rest assured, if I'm behind him and I'm on my crotch rocket, I'm lane splitting and I'm getting around this guy. All right, let's jump over to a subscriber question. James Wright asks, a good topic is shop labor rates by geographical area. I'm in the Midwest in a small town. My shop rate is small and it's about $70 per hour. The highest in town is $82. You go to the big city and it's $125. People ask me why it's expensive and I tell them tools and knowledge are not cheap. Okay, so that's a pretty good segue if you're not really too entirely sure, but given any geographical area, really, if you're looking at a rural area or a city area, you're going to see pricing about the same. Independent shops are going to be more around the $70 to $80, maybe even $90 range because they want to make it affordable for you, so you'll come to them. You're talking about dealerships, they're going to be a little bit more on the pricier side. You could be talking anywhere between $90 and $135, even $185 per labor hour, depending on manufacturer and rural location, okay? You get into cities like New York, LA, Palm Springs, Miami, New Jersey. These rates are going to be relatively high because they're in a city area, and then that's just how the rates are, and everyone's rates are about the same. You get into a more rural area like Dyersburg, Tennessee, or Landers, California, or something like that. Yeah, you're not going to find labor rates too far north of $70 or $80. They're just not, because there's not that many people inhabiting that. So it's not because of tools and knowledge, it's because of population. How many people actually live in that area is going to determine the overall cost of the shop rate. If you only have a few hundred to maybe a couple thousand people living in one town, versus 10 to 20 to even 100,000 people living in one city, then yeah, the prices are going to change. So the population is what actually dictates price. You can even take that to like the price per gallon for gas, the price per gallon of milk, etc., etc. I'm not here to talk economics to you, but at least hopefully that answers your question of why some shop rates are high. All right, let's dive into today's topic, which was how to spot a POS on a Craigslist ad. Okay, how many times have you been on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and you ran into a car, you're looking, you're trying to find the next POS to dive into. Maybe you can fix it up, flip it, or maybe you're just looking for an A to B for your granddaughter or daughter, etc. You want something, hey, look, I can wrench, I can fix a few things here and there. I got tools, I have knowledge, and I've been doing it for a little bit. Shade Tree, Weekend Warrior. Otherwise, I think I can work my way around the issue that it has. Let me dive on in. Things that are going to stand out are mechanic special. Ran perfectly fine until transmission gave out, needs transmission, picking it up cheap, just trying to get rid of it. Been sitting on my property, have too many vehicles, no need to drive it. Trying to sell fast because I'm moving, my loss is your gain, okay? Has, let's see, all maintenance record maintained but lost title. Bill of sale in hand. These are some of the things that people are going to put on to Craigslist to try to get you to buy it, to get it off their property. Something else. Clean title. Needs smog. Okay, but they're not willing to pay for the smog, so you got to wonder, check engine light on, does it run, does it start, etc. When was the last time it was smog? When was the last time it was tagged? Is it a salvage title? Okay, these are things to look for when you're looking for POSs on the internet. Teenager wrecked car selling for parts, okay, stuff like that. Those are more honest ones. You got to understand, when you run into certain catchphrases like this and you see it time and time again, you're going to run into a situation where you already know what it is that you're getting into before you get it. Chances are if somebody says free and title in hand, that means there's something so catastrophically wrong with it, and it might be in more than one area, that they just want to get it off their property, that they're going to dump it. Hey, $200, get it off my property. $100 off my property, free, come get it. Stuff like that. Those ones, you're going to imagine, yeah, you did get a free car, or you did get a car for $100 to $300, but then after that, if the engine's shot, the trans is shot, and everything else, and you're going to spend more money trying to bring that car back to life than it's worth. I'll give you a prime example. Today we had a car come in, Mazda 3K, it was on the tow truck, was sitting on this customer's property for 3 years. They said they were driving along, next thing you know, the AC stopped working, the belt flew off, and then they lost all drivability. They couldn't move forward, the car wouldn't move forward. Sounds like multiple problems. My boss said, you know what, sometimes on these Mazdas, the fuse burns out. When the fuse burns out because it was shorted or something that happened to it, basically if that compressor clutch gave out, it could short the computer. It could possibly just blow a fuse. You put the fuse in, it might just work. That was a thought process, a good thought process. Lo and behold, I take the cover off, there's 2 fuses just flopping around. The one that it needs is blown out. So we take it out, we will put it in. Nope, no such luck. Transmission still won't go forward whatsoever. Fluid's absolutely clean. but they got it for free. So now at this point, it's in the customer's hands, and they have to make the decision, is it worth putting a brand new transmission in? After they put the brand new transmission in, because it is for their daughter or granddaughter, and it was free to them, is it worth furthermore putting in an entire AC system, because the AC compressor clutch is completely locked up. You try to spin it, and it binds, and then it just stops. So they're going to need the AC compressor, which means if you want warranty on your AC system, you need to buy the whole kit. So there's that. There's the transmission. And then you still have no idea what the overall life or health is of the engine and the check engine light's on. So there's multiple issues, plus it's been sitting for 3 years. The tires have dry rot. We all know that's about $800 to $1,200, okay? Unless you buy them used and whatever. Then you got brakes. The brake pads are low. So if you're a customer and you're not a DIY guy, that could be about $500 to $1,000. So you start doing all the math and you're like, wow, to get this thing operational, running, true blue, etc., I'm looking at dumping $7 to $8 for this car that was for free. So is it worth it at that point? You have to make the overall decision. Or, since they did get it for free, and my suggestion was, and obviously I didn't talk to the customer, but I was telling my boss, my suggestion would be, if it is for your daughter and you're just trying to get a little something for her to ride around in, why not turn around and resell it on Craigslist, or take it to B&B and see what they'll actually give you for it? Maybe they give you $300. Okay, still has some parts in it, pick and pull. They can grab some stuff off. They might give you $275 or $300 for it. So that's option one. At least she has some money to put towards something else. It was for free. Other option would be turn around, resell it on Craigslist. Say, hey, nice car. Mechanic special. My gain, your loss. Needs transmission. That's all you put on there. You put it up for $1,000. Somebody will come pick it up for $1,000. Now it's their headache. And then what do you got? You got $1,000 in hand to put towards hopefully something that has a runnable, drivable transmission or clean title or whatever. When you look for a $1,000 car, you get what you pay for. It's just like tools. You're going to get a $1,000 car. It's going to have problems. You're going to need to be putting some money into it, but how much money is entirely up to you. That's all I got for this video, guys. Look, I hope it helped. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night with a new topic. Maybe Jeff stops by the shop. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.